fish on.
Really nice looking fish.
Wow, that's a trophy. That's a hog. Woo! Nice job, you two. There we go.
Lund Boats proudly presents the ultimate fishing experience. This week on the Ultimate Fishing Experience, it's a little friendly competition between Kobie Koenig, an up-and-coming high school bass competitor,
Little home field advantage.
and Scott Glorvigen, a seasoned walleye pro.
Well, see, you're taking advantage of the old people. That's not nice.
Before you think the advantage is with the seasoned pro, largemouth and smallmouth bass is today's target species.
What is bass?
It was a bass. Thanks, Scott. I wondered if you were trying to mess with me.
I was. The big old doggy come up and went, whoop.
Along the way, they'll be discussing how competitive angling at the high school level has grown by leaps and bounds in the last few years, and how important it is getting youth involved in the great sport of angling at any level.
Nice job, kid.
I think that's a, does that have a 2-fish lead?
What?
2-fish lead?
Oh, 2-fish lead. Come on, give me a break. Yeah, it's a 2-fish lead.
All we can say, Kobie, try to take it easy on the old man.
Now these are my secret spots, so don't be telling all your people at weekly bingo about this one.
Weekly bingo?
Yep.
Hi everybody, Scott Glorvigen here along with Kobie. And there's been a bit of a youth movement in the world of fishing going on, not only in the state of Minnesota, but all over the country. That's called high school competitive angling. And Kobie here is one of our staff members, and you won a big tournament here in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A couple weeks ago, just got done finishing the BSS State High School Tournament and got the win there, so hopefully keep it rolling.
Well, we're going to go out and talk a little bit about tournament fishing on the water, and you and I are going to have a little friendly competition, the old versus the young. So let's go.
Perfect.
So Cobe, we're going to go fish one of your favorite spots. Matter of fact, I think you won the, matter of fact, I know you won the state tournament here on your home lake, the Kegama Lake, and it's gotten a lot of notoriety. Now I'm going to test your knowledge a little bit. It's first part of September.
Yep.
We've had actually it got really cold. It got almost down to freezing this morning. It's the first cold night we have. What are we going to have to do to catch these fish?
Well, you know, as the water temps drop, the fish are in search of hot water, and so we're actually going to go fish a little hot water discharge this morning, and fish should be moved in there, and where the fish go, fishermen usually follow. So,
all right, we're going to start fishing here. These are your pets, because your house is maybe 100 yards away from here.
About a cast length.
About a couple of cast lengths. So I'm not going to allow you to take advantage of me. You've been pretty good. You tied up identical rigs, so forth and so on. So let's get fishing, all right?
All right, sounds good.
What do you want me to use?
Here's your weapon.
This one?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'll take this one.
Perfect.
You know, sometimes those kids like to screw around with you, maybe tie a bad knot, whatever. So we're just gonna pitch and flip along here, huh?
We are.
I'm a walleye guy, so what do I gotta do? Let it go in there like that?
Yeah, let it hit
fall down to
bottom.
the bottom.
Yeah. Well, basically, a lot of times when the sun's out, they're moved up in the real thick stuff. Like you can kind of see there, we got a bunch of rice laying down, so that creates a lot of shade for the fish, and obviously they enjoy being in the shade. And so I like kind of, if I have to, I'll bump up the size of my weight to be able to get through that stuff.
Punch
where
through
the
some
fish
of that
are.
heavy
Yep.
stuff.
Get where the fish are.
Now, equipment and gear. This isn't like fishing walleyes. What are you using right here? What are these two setups?
These are both heavy, you know, 7.5 foot, and you know, faster gear ratio reel.
And why is it? Why do you need the faster gear ratio?
Basically, just pick up line as much as possible. You know, you're horsing around. You're not just kind of going like this to set the hook like a walleye. You know, we're jacking them.
Easy.
We're jacking
You're
them
jacking
today.
them. You're setting the hook. You're being
Yeah.
a man.
You know, there's a lot of water out here that we have to cover, and so kind of give it, you know, 20, 30 seconds, give it a couple lifts, couple shakes. I like to lift it all the way up and kind of shake it just in case there's any fish right under the right under the mats, but otherwise, you know, we're fishing fairly fast at that point.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Remember, Kobie, you said about the fish taking line on the drop? Good tips. Whoa, look at that.
Well, I had to answer after that.
Wait a minute. Get it over here. Let's see. Let's see.
I don't know.
I think you might have me. Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope they
you
get a
got
lot
me.
bigger than that. I hope they get a lot bigger than that.
Well, we're off to a start. We'll
Yep.
see how the day goes.
All right.
Pontoon boats are enjoying a surge in popularity among recreational boaters. Performance and amenities make them appealing to those who enjoy a wide range of boating. Pontoons can also be full-featured, hardcore fishing machines. Take, for example, Lund's LX Fish and Cruise model. The LX Fish and Cruise comes equipped with spacious bow and midship seating for packing on family and friends, while the back is built for servicing the anglers in the group. A built-in rod locker, dual pedestal seating, a dedicated live well, bait well, and tackle station, and an open floor plan make fishing fun and efficient. We rigged this LX Fish and Cruise with a Minn Kota Altera for push-button stow and deploy, the ability to stay mobile and to digitally anchor the boat using Altera's GPS-based spot lock. And it's easy to remove when not in use thanks to the Minn Kota quick release bracket. For shallow water fishing or pinning the pontoon in place, we added dual Talon shallow water anchors in opposite corners using Minn Kota's Talon pontoon edge mount kit. We went with an 8-foot Talon in the front, which remains below line of sight, while an aft-mounted 10-foot model extends the depth range for deeper anchoring. A quality LCD fish finder rounds out the package. Simply put, these aren't your grandparents' pontoons. They're hardcore fishing boats that offer plenty of elbow room for multiple anglers and equally well suited when it's time to load the boat with family and friends and take a relaxing spin around the lake.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly.
Now, most people aren't aware of all the things that you do, Kobie. You're not only a darn good fisherman, you're a pretty good hockey player and a golfer. You play other sports.
Yeah, the background in sports, you know, growing up, especially in such a big hockey town and playing it and being around it my whole life, it definitely helps with just the competitive edge, and that ties into the
What
tournament
about the
fishing we do.
mechanical skills? You play golf,
Yep.
you play hockey, obviously you've got a stick in your hand or a club in your hand.
Yep.
How does that help you in regards to the fishing aspect?
Well, it definitely, I feel at home with, you know, some sort of stick in my hand, and so, you know, I don't know how I want to put that, I guess.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
The old guy got one.
That's a little bit better one.
Huh? You know what? You're a pretty good guide, Kobie. Huh? Look at that. You know, I like it when you help those old people and show them where to catch a fish or two. So, look at that. You pinned them right in the upper nose.
Yeah.
Now, the psychological part of sports is never getting down. That's not happening right now, is it? You're behind.
I don't know.
So how do you rebound?
I just gotta go out there and, I guess I'm just gonna have to follow where you flip.
But I'm fishing behind you, you know? I'm fishing behind you. Not a bad river fish,
No, not at all. They definitely get bigger though.
you know? If you're fishing in a tournament, everyone that measures is good. If they're a
Exactly.
little bit bigger than measure, that's even better, so. All right, let's keep fishing.
Does that mean you have a lead?
Oh, they're chunky fish.
They are.
Okay. You know, and that's something in regards to whether you're fishing tournaments or, you know, competitively, the desire to always do better is important. I played sports way back when and in all the tournament stuff, but when you're chasing fish, it's you against them.
Yep.
It's not really you against the other guy. At the end of the day, you throw them on the scale and who had the most, but, you know, if you're competitive, odds are you're going to push yourself to try different things, do different things, and that's a neat thing about fishing. The other thing is you probably started when you were this high with your dad. I know it's been a big part of your lives and all that. Same thing here. It's one of the few sports. Now think about hockey. Play it when you're high school. If you're lucky enough, you may go on and play in college. But fishing is a lifetime sport. So start early, fish all your life, whether it's competitive or not. It's a great activity. It's a great lifestyle.
Yeah, you can do it for a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Not a big one again, but
That's all right. But where there's fish, there's
yeah.
more fish. They've
Yep,
proven a
exactly.
point there. There we go.
Uh-oh.
Hi,
Uh-oh.
you were just in that spot. What happened there, kid?
I'd like
Huh?
some more.
So I'm not keeping score, but I think it's 2-2.
I believe
Right?
so, yeah. This are-
Oh! Well, he wanted that.
oh, little home field advantage.
Oh. This one have a name?
Every time in the last 2 weeks that I've thrown a frog across there, I've gotten blown
Crosshair?
up.
Well, geez, if I was a smart guy, I would probably switch over to a
I
frog.
kept my mouth shut on that one.
Well, see, you're taking advantage of the old people. That's not nice. Okay? When in Rome, do as the Romans, or when the high school kids pick on you, see if you can pick on them right back. So,
You're right, this one did want it. There we go. I think it's 4-4, Scott.
oh, it's 4-4, we're tied?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There we go! Woohoo! Look at that, huh? He ate that frog.
He did.
He gulped it right down his throat. Now I'm gonna give you a little bit of fishing lore, all right, that an old guy told me many, when I was a young whippersnapper like you. At this time of year, okay, you'll start seeing the leopard frogs cross the road. Right now we thought it was old wisetail, but what happens is those frogs are in the fields and all that stuff. We'll let that one go. They start headed back to water, and it's places like these, soft bottom bays where there's rice and all that, the frogs start to go back. So this time of year, make sure you have frogs tied up so you can take advantage of catching those fish that are keying in on the frog migration when they're going back to those shallow water areas, soft bottom areas, to take advantage of them. Cob, so how am I doing for an old walleye guy?
Better than I expected, I'm not gonna lie.
You know, tournament fishing has come a long ways over the years. Back in the mid to late 70s, when I was still in high school, we started fishing some local derbies. There was a local bass cup, but the information and the knowledge that was out there was very limited. And then in the early 80s, my twin brother Marty and I got involved in the MWC circuit, which is the Masters Walleye Circuit, and started learning about walleye fishing, competitive angling, and started to hone our skills. What's amazing to me is what's available to the kids today. And I look at this high school tournament fishing and what it's done to get parents and kids and adults together to enjoy a sport. You know, everybody isn't competitive fishermen. I'll be the first one to agree that's not what the lifestyle of fishing is about, but there's different ways you can participate in fishing. And it seems to be right now that the fastest growing segment in the fishing industry is high school fishing. And I think there's a number of reasons for that. One, it allows people to come together that may not have the means or they don't have access to a boat. Way to go, Cob. Catching them over my shoulder. They don't have the means to go fishing. This brings a group of people, adults, uncles, friends, what have you, parents. It's a common cause to get kids out on the water. And one of the big benefits is it gets kids out in the environment, it gets them outdoors, they participate. But when you get out here and enjoy the outdoors for what it is, not just competitive angling, it really connects you to nature and it connects people. We can go along and fish, and you've done this with your dad. You don't say 2 words over the course of an hour, but it's been a great day. Why?
Yeah.
You're sharing the experience.
Exactly.
You missed that one?
I did. Bryce, you haven't been in there yet.
Well, I gotta respect you a little bit. Your mother is gonna see this show. So if I don't, treat you with respect or if I pick on you too much, which your dad wouldn't mind, but, I gotta make sure your mother's happy with the end results. Kobie, that was a bass.
Was it?
Yeah. That was a bass. Cast right up there, Kobie.
Was it actually, or are you messing with me?
Come on, I'm gonna give you a break.
I got him.
Oh, it is a bass.
It was a bass. Thanks, Scott.
You know, a big old dogfish come up and stick his head out of the water, and I thought I could sucker him in to go ahead. Now look what happens when you don't play nice. He catches a bass. Really?
Right in the slop. Look at that. Oh.
Well, I guess it, you know, comes back and bites me in the you-know-what because I was trying to pick on you. See, your mother's gonna like that. Well, that stinks.
I wondered if you were trying to mess with me.
I was. The big old doggy come up and went, whoop. So Kobie, young innocent man, hey, cast it in there. There's a bass in there. And sure enough, there was.
Oh, that's funny.
Now I'm only up by one. We're gonna keep casting. What Kobie and I are fishing out of today is the Lund 1875 Renegade. And this is the Mod V series that Lund introduced a couple years ago. It comes in two different models, the 1775 and the 1875. What I love about this boat is it's set up just like a great big bass boat, if you will. It's got the high deck, it's got massive amount of storage. I've got storage over here that I can put all my gear in the center. My rod lockers, I can carry all the rods I need. It has not only one live well, but it has two live wells. It has a small live well up in front, a live well in back with additional storage on each side. Plus, I can set it up with a shallow water anchor in the back. I've got my bow mount trolling motor in the front, electronics located where I can see them in the bow and on the dash. Plus, for performance, I'm running a jack plate on the back, which allows me to get into shallow water because you can have a big time bass experience when you're out on the water when you're in a Renegade. Although I must admit, it's been a pretty good bite,
It has been.
you know. Not bad for a walleye guy.
No, not at all. No big fish, though.
No big fish, but up in our neck of the woods, we've got more than one species of bass. We got a few brown bass that live around here, don't we? Being that we're almost tied here, you're ahead by one, maybe we change it up. We go out to the big lake and see if we can find some of those deep water smallmouth. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good.
It'd be a nice way to end the day.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Let's go. Technology has changed how we fished, whether it's a trolling motor on the bow of the boat, electronics on the dash, but technology is now changing how we steer our boats. It's called the Panther Power Steering System. Let's take a closer look.
The Panther XPS Power Steering System is a hybrid steering system that combines the dependability of cable steering with the ease of automobile-like power steering. What makes it different? It uses stored power by delivering pressurized fluid to the cylinder so the pump only runs when the volume of fluid is in the accumulator drops to a predetermined level. Typically, it runs less than 10% of the time when the engine is in use. This limited runtime saves power and reduces the risk of overtaxing your starting battery. And that, in a nutshell, is Panther Power Steering.
All right. Let's catch some smallmouth.
Is this the spot? What
Yeah.
is it?
Now, these are my secret spots, so don't be telling all your people at Weekly Bingo about this one.
Weekly bingo?
Yep.
I've been fishing these spots before your parents even thought of you, okay? Now,
All right.
we're gonna fish smallmouth.
Yeah.
I believe you're ahead by one.
Yep.
All right. It takes a little bit more skill to fish
I know.
smallmouth than throwing in the slot for them green fish.
I
So
know.
again, we'll stay with the same format. You run the bow mount. I'll let you pick the weapons
All
that
right.
we need to fish with. So I don't want to have you any whining in regards to I'm taking advantage of you. So
Sounds good. Let's get to fishing. Oh, you got a little one there.
Little one?
I don't think that one counts.
wait a minute. It's a fish, isn't it? My
I don't
bingo
know.
buddies, they want to know what I caught. Okay? The way I have this boat set up for electronics, I'm running two Lowrance units, and I've got a Lowrance Hook 2 9-inch screen on the bow, and I've got one also on the dash. The reason I like a 9-inch screen is because it gives me more time to see what's on the screen. The bigger the screen, the longer the image is on there, and having it set up the way I do with mapping on one side, color sonar on the right-hand side. When you're bass fishing, a lot of times you're looking away from your electronics, you're casting out, reeling back in. When you have a bigger screen unit, it allows you to have more screen space, allowing you to come back and say, oh geez, we just went over some fish, turn the boat around and go back over the top of those fish. I do like running identical units on the boat. Couple reasons: you get conditioned to what you're looking at in regards to the size of the screen, but also if I could trade units out, move a unit up to the front if I broke it, and still be able to fish.
Fighting whatever it is. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Smalley.
The
Nice
brownie.
Smalley. Nice Smalley.
There we go. Hopefully keep him pinned.
With a spot lock.
Yeah, perfect. There's probably more in the area.
Has to be. You're not good
Yeah.
enough to catch the only one. Now look at, he's puking up smelt.
Oh yeah.
Nice fish, Colt. Nice fish.
Get up there and dance for you. Oh yeah. Nice brown bass.
Nice job, kid.
I think that's is that a 2-fish lead?
What?
2-fish lead?
Oh, 2-fish lead. Come on, give me a break. Yeah, it's a 2-fish lead.
Nice little
Look, I
chunker.
have another story to tell the people at bingo. Whoa, wait a minute here. Look at this go. Oh, I lost him. That was a smallmouth. I think I could have tied it.
Should have got him in the boat.
Got him? Another
Got
one?
him. Doesn't feel quite as big unless he's running at me. He was running at me.
He's running at me. Exactly. Kobie, you might seal the deal here.
I don't know. Still got to get him in the boat. I think it's about as big as the last one.
But it's a smallmouth. It's a brown bass, Kobie.
I know. Pressure's on.
Do you need the walleye net?
No, that's all right. There we go. Look at that Nico hook, just got him good.
Now would that count in a tournament?
I want to call him, but he'll do for today because the numbers game.
No, in this tournament we were tied almost at coming out with the largemouth. You were ahead by one. I had 2 more dogfish, so that would actually put me ahead by one, but you've got the only 2 smallmouths. So
Yeah.
I guess, you know what? You dethroned the champ.
I guess so. We'll get him back in the water here. Well, it was fun. It was a lot of fun today. I'm getting you wet, but
That's all right. You know, and that's what fishing's all about, is going out and having a good time. And whether it's competitive angling or just going out and have fun like we did today, make sure you take the opportunity to get somebody on the water, because you don't know what's going to happen, how you're going to affect those people, those kids, in whatever positive way you can. Get them out on the water. You're not only going to have a fishing buddy for that day, but you may have a fishing buddy for life. Good day.
it was fun.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like more information, check out lundboats.com or these other online outlets.